Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. So today we about to check out this video where this guy, American dude, went over to, he sailed to some kind of island and something had happened. I don't know what happened, but something happened. So yeah, we about to check that out. So let me put this candle here, because y'all already know how we do over here. How to light the candles. Alright, so from this video is on Nick Crowley's channel. So yeah, definitely check out his channel. Like, he got some, I used to watch him, but it's like it make me feel uneasy. That's the word. Yeah, uneasy. So I don't know how many of these we gonna be doing, but we gonna check this one out. Wait, is this Nick? No, this Sunny V2, ain't it? Let me make sure, y'all, cause yeah, this is Sunny V2 channel. Can y'all? Yeah, okay, my camera ain't in the way. All right, so yeah, let's see what had happened.
On the 15th of November 2018, John Allen Chow took a boat to North Sentinel Island expecting a peaceful welcome. He never made it back home. Although before we talk about who he was, what he was doing, and how he came to meet his fate, let's first talk about the island itself. Located in the Bay of Bengal between India and Thailand, North Sentinel Island measures 6 kilometers wide, 8 kilometers long, and is home to one of the last uncontacted tribes on all of planet Earth. The tribe
That sounds like a very peaceful ass island. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, you ain't got to pay taxes and North Sentinel, please accept me. Please, I swear I ain't got no diseases on me. Like, please accept me into y'all island, cause I don't want to be here no more. Please.
The tribe is known to outsiders as the Sentinelese, who have an estimated population of between 15 and 500 people. However, there's a reason why taking an accurate measurement is almost impossible. They're unbelievably hostile to anybody who tries to visit the island. The first example of this came in 1867 when an Indian merchant ship wrecked on the island's reef, and while the 106 passengers might have thought that they'd stumbled upon paradise, this couldn't have been further from the truth. Without warning, the ship's crew were attacked by the tribe's bow and arrows, and were only able to survive by returning fire with sticks and stones found on the beach. They were rescued by a British steamboat 1 week later, yet the captain of the shipwreck went on to describe the Sentinelese by writing, "The savages were perfectly naked with short hair and red painted noses, and were opening their mouth and making sounds like pa on oh. Their arrows appeared to be tipped with iron." The intriguing nature of the tribe led a party of armed British officials to return 13 years later in 1880, at which point they'd find, quote, "a network of pathways and several small villages that look to have been freshly abandoned." They'd eventually find 4 Sentinelese children, as well as an elderly couple, who were kidnapped by the party and taken back to the nearby city of Port Blair. However, their stay didn't last very long, as all...
They were kidnapped by who? Hold on, y'all. I don't know what I just heard. Hold on, let me see.
Villages that look to have been freshly abandoned. They'd eventually find 4 Sentinelese children, as well as an elderly couple, who were kidnapped by the party and taken back to the nearby city of Port Blair.
Okay, so
however,
they
their stay didn't last very long, as all 6 Sentinelese sickened rapidly and the old man and his wife died. So the 4 children were sent back to their home with quantities of presents. 16 years after this,
why did they kidnap them? What the fuck was they trying to do? Put them into slavery? Like, what? Why'd y'all kidnap them? Why'd y'all take them from their fucking home? Leave them fucking people alone. I ain't gonna hold y'all out. If I was them, I'd do the same shit. I'd do the same fucking thing. Don't come near my island. Wait till I'm getting me an island. I'm gonna get me a damn island. Don't come near my shit.
A Hindu convict escaped on a makeshift raft from the adjacent Great Andean Island, only to wash up 50 kilometers west in the worst place imaginable, North Sentinel. A search party found his body lying on the beach pierced with iron arrows, with his death sending a clear enough message for nobody to return to the island for almost 80 years. However, in 1974, a film crew shooting a documentary called Man in Search of Man landed on the island to leave gifts.
We came at last.
We don't want your
to
gifts.
What is known as the North Sentinel Island. Although some expeditions had landed here, the Sentinelese had never been.
people are clearly unbothered. They don't want to be bothered. We don't need nor want your gifts. We just want our little piece of utopia. Leave us the fuck alone. Like, I don't understand what's so hard about that. Like, what is so... I think the message is clear. Like, these people literally just want to be left the fuck alone. And I feel that. Like, I resonate with that. I relate to that so much. Like, I don't even like leaving my house. Like, you know, like, don't come to my house. Like, I don't know. I'm with these people so far. I'm on their side so far. Like,
Incited.
I'm on their side. Leave me alone.
Knives, lengths of cloth, a pig.
After which the Sentinelese were caught on camera for the very first time.
What are those moving shapes? Are they human? At last, the first glimpse of the Sentinelese. This tribe believes in total isolation.
Me
it
too.
will not tolerate a stranger.
I believe
As is obvious in the footage, the
total
tribe had no
isolation
interest in
as
making
well.
friends, and rather buried half of the gifts they'd been given before shooting arrows toward the film crew.
That's
A member
right.
of our film unit was wounded by one of the many arrows, each 2.5 meters long. He will carry this scar till his death.
If on Google Maps you zoom into the coastline on
I'm
the
with
island's
them,
northwest
sorry.
corner, you'll find a different boat which now acts as a permanent reminder of North Sentinel's hostility and unrecoverability. The ship, going by the name of the MV Primrose, had been transporting farming supplies to Australia before it wrecked on the unfortunate location in 1981. The ship's passengers were incredibly lucky because at the time, this entire area was underwater, keeping them at a safe distance while they organised their rescue. In the meantime, the Sentinelese
They got
observed the
real
ship from
lucky
their
then.
beach, with the crew members describing the tribe as well-built, frizzy-haired and black. They were naked except for narrow belts that circled their waists, and they were holding spears, bows and arrows, which they had begun waving in a manner that seemed not altogether friendly. However,
Yeah,
while
y'all
almost
too close.
every example so far displays
too
the
close.
Sentinelese as an untouchable
Back up.
group of brutes, it would be exactly 10 years later when a single anthropologist did the impossible. He made peaceful contact for the very first time. T and Pandit had been dropping gifts and coconuts to the island every 1 or 2 months since 1967, although for the first 24 years of doing so, the Sentinelese maintained their hostility. But all of this changed
we
on
don't
the 4th
trust
of
you.
January 1991, when the tribe finally concluded that he was only there.
That's beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm just taking this all in right now. That's so... I like that. It kind of reminded me of the story that we learned of Thanksgiving when the what you call it, the Indians and the what the other ones was. Y'all know I didn't pay attention that damn much in school. Remember when they had the dinner together and all that or something? I don't know. Something happened. We did a play on it. Well, I don't know. I played it and go like that. I'll make a story time on that shit because we got in trouble in 5th grade too. We got in trouble. So yeah. But yeah, I like this. I like this. That's beautiful.
To help. Pandit described this day in a 2000 interview with the American Scholar, which stated a great many of the Sentinelese started running down the beach and splashing through the surf toward the dinghy. The director leapt from the boat into chest-high water. One of the young Sentinelese men recalled in fright and handed coconuts to the tribesmen as they crowded around him. A few weeks later, he returned to North Sentinel with another expedition. This time, several Sentinelese men went so far as to climb into the dinghy and grab entire sacks of coconuts. Pandit was alone in the water with a group of Sentinelese. One of the young tribesmen looked at him, scowled, pulled out an iron-bladed knife, and made a gesture, Pandit says, like he was going to cut out my heart. Maybe he thought I was planning to stay on the island. But the dinghy quickly returned to pick Pandit up. He would return to North Sentinel several more times before retiring from the anthropological survey in 1992. The interaction showed that peaceful contact with the tribe was possible, although only after a significant period of trust building, and even after T and Pandit's unique interaction.
But also it's like he was by himself, and it's like I think one thing is they didn't want this shit to become reoccurring. Like okay, yes, y'all trying to give us gifts and shit, you know, but we don't want this to become a reoccurring thing either. You know, people coming over here with their cameras and trying to film us and all that. And yeah, we don't, the gifts ain't worth it. I would feel the same way. The gifts ain't worth it. Like, nah, fuck that. Like, all right, you've been doing it for a while. Okay, we trust you. All right, cool. But yeah, we don't want other people, you know, just keep coming over here and disturbing our utopia and all. Nah, no.
Action.
No.
The Sentinelese retain their hostility toward any unfamiliar outsider. For example, after the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake caused the worst tsunami in recorded human history right next to North Sentinel Island, a helicopter was sent out to see if the tribe had survived from such a catastrophic event. Well, not only were the Sentinelese somehow doing just fine, but their response to the help offered by the Indian government was to throw spears, arrows and rocks toward the helicopter. 2 years later in 2006, two men aged 48 and 52 were fishing for mud crabs near the island. However, the pair got so drunk that while sleeping, the anchor of the boat, which was a rock tied to a rope, fell apart and drifted the men toward North Sentinel. The following morning, fellow fishermen said they tried to shout at the men and warn them that they were in danger. However, they did not respond. They were probably drunk, and the boat drifted into the shallows where they were attacked and killed. A government helicopter was sent to recover the bodies. However, given the...
I would not. I don't give a fuck. Ain't no way in the world. Ain't nobody gonna convince me to get on a boat like this. Any boat. I don't give a fuck. Any boat. Like from what the Caribbean, Carolina, whatever the doggone boat's name is. What the doggone the ship's name is. The Caribbean something. I don't know. I don't go on cruises, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody gonna convince me to get on that boat in that doggone water with them doggone whales. What if a whale come up? You in this doggone boat right here and a whale come up and knock the whole doggone boat over. That's a huge fear. I'm so scared of whales. Like, that's a fear of mine. That's why you ain't never gonna catch a lady on no plane, no train, or no boat. Okay? That's them three things. Nah. I drive, but ain't no way I'm getting on no doggone boat like this. In that doggone water with the doggone lap next monster and all that. No.
The tribe's hostility. All they were able to get was this photo, after which a 5.6 kilometer exclusion zone was enforced by the Indian government, making it illegal for anybody to visit the island. This, in combination with every other example so far, paints a very simple picture. Do not visit North Sentinel Island under any circumstances. However, unfortunately, John Allen Chow never got the message.
You ain't got the message?
1991 in the state of Alabama, John grew up in what seemed to be a standard Christian household with two parents and two siblings. As he got older, John began to get into various outdoor activities such as camping, hiking, and kayaking, which when combined with his religious background, inspired him to become an adventure blogger and Christian missionary. On his Instagram, John displayed his trips to countless different countries including Mexico, South Africa, and Canada, each of which being documented on his Rugged Trail website. However, there was one location that
I ain't gonna lie. I wish I had the cojones to do stuff like that, like to travel and stuff. Like I travel within the U.S., within driving distance, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, it's just like, I just look how beautiful this water looks like. But I'm too scared, y'all. I'm too scared of that, y'all. They probably got leeches in that damn water and crocodiles and alligators and whales and, well, no, they don't look like that type of water for whales, but what do you call them doggone piranhas and shit? They probably got the cocaine sharks in there. I'm good.
John had his sights set on, which will make all the others seem insignificant. North Sentinel. He'd grown obsessed with the idea of visiting the island during his previous trip to the Andamans in 2016, and judging from the quotes he posted to his Facebook, John seemed to have been inspired by another missionary named Jim Elliot, who was killed in the 50s whilst preaching to a native tribe in Ecuador. Although, according to the head of the mission he was working for, John was significantly more prepared. All Chow's decisions, including his studies of sports science and training and working working as a wilderness emergency medical technician, and classes he took in linguistics and cultural anthropology were in preparation to share Jesus with the North Sentinelese. He was very well prepared.
Sir, some people over there living their best life. They're over there in their own world. They probably got their own little religious thing or whatever. They probably do. You think they want to hear about Jesus from a stranger? I don't even want Jehovah's Witness come knocking on my door. So I know how dumb people would feel. I know how dumb people would feel. It's probably the equivalent. Well, they don't probably worse. Because they like, bitch, get the fuck away from my island. Second of all, this is after the Indian government made the shit illegal to go around the doggone island. Like, to go in the vicinity of the island. So, you're doing illegal shit already. Like, what is going on? Why did you do this? Really? Was it that important?
On the 21st of October 2018, John posted this image to social media showing that he was back in the nearby city of Port Blair, where unbeknownst to his family, he was planning his trip to what he called Satan's last stronghold, aka North Sentinel Island. On the 15th of November 2018, only 25 days after landing back in the Andamans, John began a journal to document his trip to North Sentinel, with his first entry stating that a group of fishermen had agreed to take him to the island illegally. I met last night with the fishermen who are all believers and agreed to drop me off. Jonathan won't be accompanying me as they will be at sea doing their regular fishing maneuvers to avoid raising suspicion, and there is a high chance that they get checked by the Indian Coast Guard. The meeting went well. I trust them, though I'm the only English speaker, so there's quite a language gap, and I'm relying on the Holy Spirit to direct us. The drop zone was pointed out on the map as being a cove on the southwest of the island, and I depart in 3 or so hours. God, I thank you for choosing me before I was even formed in my mother's womb to be your messenger for your great news to the people of North Sentinel Island. John then explained his plan for first contact.
I don't think that that's why you was put here. I mean, maybe to speak it to other people, but not these goddamn people. That ain't why you was here. And this is why it ended how it said ended badly. This is why it ended badly. This was not the purpose. This was not the mission. This wasn't it, man.
Contact by stating the plan is to link up with the crew tonight and depart tonight, arriving at the shore around 4 AM. From there, we make progressive contact with fish as gifts over the next few days and then send me off. We might even send a kayak laden with gifts towards shore. The following day, John explained that his trip to the island went as planned by writing, "At 4:30 we entered the cove on the western shore," which was followed by his first attempt at contact approximately 4 hours later. Around 8:30 I got 2 large fish, around 15 pounds it felt like. I put them on top of the kayak and began rowing. 2 armed Sentinelese came rushing out yelling at me. They had 2 arrows each unstrung until they got closer. I hollered, "My name is John. I love you and Jesus loves you. Jesus Christ gave me the authority to come to you." I regret I began to panic slightly as I saw them string arrows in their bows. I picked up the half tuna and threw it toward them. They kept coming. I backpaddled facing them, and then when they got the fish, I turned and paddled like I never have in my life back to the boat. I felt some fear, but mainly was disappointed they didn't accept me right away. I can now say I've been nearly shot by the Sentinelese, and I've walked on and cached gear on their island. Now I'm resting on the boat and will try again later. John escaped his first encounter unharmed.
So, oh my gosh. So you went there, nearly got taken out the first time, and you gonna try again? This ain't the mission. This is not the mission. Abort mission. Cause this wasn't it. I don't see how you thought this was it, but it's not. What do you mean you went and yelled, "I love you and Jesus loves you"? Some people ain't want to hear that. Some people probably don't even speak English. Them people probably don't even speak English. He just said he was the only one speaking English when he was trying to find somebody to get him to take him to the damn island. What make you think these fucking people speak English? If anything, they would speak what Indian people, what India speak something, whatever they speak. They would more speak that than English, right?
However, as mentioned in the previous entry, he planned on returning for a second encounter, which miraculously he'd survive once again. I waited my kayak toward the hut I'd been chased from on initial contact. Sure enough, as I got there, I heard the whoops and shouts from the hut. I made sure to stay out of arrow range, but unfortunately that meant I was also out of good hearing range. So I got a little closer, and as they, about 6 from what I could see, yelled at me, I tried to parrot their words back to them. They burst out laughing most of the time, so they probably were saying bad words or insulting me. I yelled some phrases and sang them some worship songs and hymns, and they would often fall silent after this. Here's when this nice meet and greet went south. A child and a young woman, both with bows, came behind, and I kept waving my hands to say no bows, but they didn't get the memo, I guess. Then a little kid with bow and arrow came down the middle, and I figured this was it. So I preached a bit to them starting in Genesis, and disembarked my kayak to show them that I too have 2 legs. But the little kid shot me with an arrow directly into my Bible, which I was holding in front of my chest. I stumbled back and I recall yelling at the kid for shooting me. I had to swim almost a mile back to the boat at the mouth of the cove. The plan now is to rest and sleep on the boat. By this point, John already had an
So, hold on. So they was insulting him. Well, no, they was saying whatever, and he repeated back what they was saying. They started laughing. So he started singing. He started singing some Negro spirituals and shit, you know. He was singing Wade in the Water. And they said, okay, they would fall silent after that. And then you got shot by a damn kid.
Hands to say no bows, but they didn't get the memo, I guess. Then a little kid with bow and arrow came down the middle, and I figured this was it. So I preached a bit to them starting in Genesis, and disembarked my kayak to show them that I too have 2 legs. But the little kid shot me with an arrow directly into my Bible, which I was holding in front of my chest. I stumbled back and I recall yelling at the kid for shooting me. I had to swim almost a mile back to the boat at the mouth of the cove. The plan now is to rest and sleep on the boat. By this point, John already had an unbelievable story for the ages. He had gone to the island, survived his first day, returned on a second day, was shot.
Right. There you go. Like, good enough. You preached enough. That's enough. You done told them. You done told them that you love them. You done told them that Jesus love them. You done sing them some Negro spirituals. You done read Genesis for them. Like, okay, that's enough. Go home. You done what you came to do. Them people ain't know a goddamn thing you said, because like I said, they do not speak English. There is a probably 2% chance that them people, not even that, it's a 0% chance that these people speak English. So they don't know what the fuck you even talking about. And you don't speak nothing they speak. Like, okay, yeah, maybe the singing almost kind of saved his life. Good on, like, the singing they probably was like, whoa, like, maybe he can sing, I don't know. But, and then you got shot by a kid. Well, nearly shot by a kid. That's dope, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That with a bow and arrow of a kid, like, shit, I might need to go take me some classes on that. I ain't gonna order that. The aim had to be
point blank, but leave
look, he said that the arrow, he had the arrow, the Bible in front of his chest, and the arrow hit the Bible, and the kid, the aim had to be insane. Like, what?
the tale after the pages in his Bible decided to spare his life. However, as the journal entries continued, it became obvious that John was happy for his legacy to be the guy who died trying to preach his religion to the tribe. Lord, let your will be done. If you want me to get actually shot or even killed with an arrow, then so be it. I think I could be more useful alive though, but to you, God, I give all the glory of whatever happens. I don't want to die. Would it be wiser to leave and let someone else continue? No, I don't think so. I still could make it back to the US somehow, as it almost seems like certain death to stay here. Yet there is evidence of...
You think? You almost died the second time. If he had that Bible right here, he would have been out of there. And he wouldn't have had a chance to write this one. Like, bro, there's other peaceful places where you can preach this, where somebody would probably actually understand what you're saying. Like, what the fuck? Bro, like, imagine you in your home and somebody come knocking on your door. You speak English. I'm assuming you're American, whatever. I don't give a... You know what I'm saying? Say you in your home, somebody come knock on your door. Or come on your property. Y'all know how Americans is about get off my lawn type shit. You know, head ass. Like, y'all know how we is about that. So somebody come and they waving their arms and shit. But they speaking a different language. What y'all think about to happen? Y'all think this about to be friendly? Y'all think that about to be friendly? No. So how can you blame? You can't even blame these people. Like, I feel bad that this I get, well, hell, he don't even fucking feel bad that this happened. But it's like, I don't know. I don't even want to say what I was about to say, but it's like, I understand the people. I do. I'm
change in just 2 encounters in a single day. We'll try again tomorrow. The following day, John wrote his final entry in the journal, beginning with, woke up after a fairly restless sleep, heading to Ireland now. I hope this isn't my last notes, but if it is, to God be the glory, before going on to write a goodbye message to his family reading, Brian and Marilyn and Mum and Dad. You guys might think I'm crazy in all of this, but I think it's worth it to declare Jesus to these people. Please do not be angry at them or at God if I get killed. Rather, please live your lives in obedience to whatever he calls you to, and I'll see you again when you pass through the veil. Don't retrieve my body. I love you all, and I pray that none of you love anything in this world more than Jesus Christ. Written from the cove on the southwestish, more like west of North Sentinel Island. 16th of November 2018, 6:20 AM. In the days that followed, his family made a post to John's Instagram reading, we recently learned from an unconfirmed report that John Allen Chow was reported killed in India while reaching out to members of the Sentinelese tribe in the Andaman Islands. Words cannot express the sadness we have experienced about this report. He was a beloved son, brother, uncle, and best friend to us. To others, he was a Christian missionary, a wilderness EMT, an international soccer coach, and a mountaineer. He loved God, life, helping those in need, and had nothing but love for the Sentinelese people. As a family, we ask for your understanding and respect for him and us during this time. Thank you, the Chow family. 3 months later, John's father criticized religion for the death of his son, stating, if you have anything positive to say about religion, I wish not to see or hear it. John is gone because the Western ideology overpowered my Confucian influence. He blamed evangelicals' extreme Christianity for pushing his child to a not unexpected end, which is...
That's deep right there. What the hell was he watching? What was he watching on the doggone? Was he watching the Well, man, my grandma used to watch, what the fuck that man name was? Jimmy Swagger? Yeah. Like, was he watching stuff like that? Like, you gotta wonder, like, what got him into this? Like, because it doesn't seem like this is regular, I go to church every Sunday, Christian behavior. I mean... not behavior, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, cause I used to go to church every Sunday. Your girl be tired now. I be tired. I pray at home. You know what I'm saying? But, I can understand what the daddy's saying. I feel that. But it's like, on the other hand, it's like he knew. It's like there was so many other places he could have done this. Like, go to another country. Not like you went to the one place that is illegal to go to. That, by the way, the people don't even speak English. Like I said, you picked that one place to go to try to preach this. Like, I don't think I can blame this on extreme evangelists. You gotta blame, like, it's kind of his fault. Like, it's kind of his own fault. You chose to go to the one place where it's totally fucking illegal to go to, where people left the people alone for a whole century. Like, it's a reason for that. It's a reason that we don't go there. And you want to go there to do this when there was millions of other fucking places you could have went to. Like, what the fuck you thought? Like, no, I'm sorry, Pops. I understand. I get it. I see kind of where he coming from, but it's like, on the other hand, there was so many other places he could have went to and preached and did whatever he was doing his ministry too. Like, I don't.
Is a viewpoint often repeated across social media platforms. John Allen Chow is not a martyr, just a dumb American who thought that tribals needed Jesus, when the tribals already lived in harmony with God and nature for years without outside interference. Stupidity cannot be considered to be a martyrdom.
That's crazy. See, that was that was harsh. I mean, that man did lose his life, you know. Like, I think that was a very harsh statement. Like, I don't be talking about the dead like that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't talk about me when I die. See if I won't haunt your ass in your dreams. You know what I'm saying? I don't too particularly talk about the dead like that. Okay, but yeah. So that was the story of god damn, what a boy, something Chow. My head bad, y'all, and y'all already know this. So stop looking at me like that. But yeah, if y'all want me to do some more videos like this, like the video, comment, let me know what's up, and definitely subscribe. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.